Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today we have a box from the Washi Tape Shop. So we are going to take a look at everything and then do something creative with it all. So about once a year, I believe, they come out with a set of journals. Usually there's a couple color options and it's just like one design. They don't have a ton of notebooks. But this is the time of year when they have some new notebooks. So we're going to take a look at these two and then take a look at a few new tapes. Everything should be available now. And thank you so much to Washi Tape Shop for sending this to me. If anything catches your eye, you can always use my code and link, which I'll list in the description down below. And it'll save you a certain percentage on an order. But we are going to take a look at this year's journals. I am so excited. Okay. So here we go. These look to be A5 and they're about this thick, so a little thinner perhaps than some of the other journals I get, but the cover is really, really smooth and soft. It's got this fun bunny design with roses on it and two different types of foil. There's this gold and then this like black foil. It's very shiny, just like the gold foil, but I want to say it's black. Super cool. And then it is just dot grid on the inside. I want to say it's a little bit thinner than other notebooks that I have used in the past. Maybe I'll have to look it up. I'll list the details down below. It's not 160 GSM, maybe 120 GSM. That's my guess based on feel. Perfect for an art journal. If you're using really thick markers and stuff, there may be some shadows on the back, but for pasting and gluing and using tapes, it is plenty. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the inside, completely plain, and then of course with a pocket. Okay, this is also the same exact thing, but with a different color option. So, get it out of here. Okay, different, interesting. Okay, this one's like almost a suede type feel. This one is like made to look like leather type feel. It's brown, but it has the same exact design and foil on it. Ooh, I don't know which I like better, you guys. These both are very classy with this really fun design on it. Okay, and it's the exact same thing on the inside, just with these two bookmarks instead of the green and black. All right, so I'm going to think about which one we'll use today while we look at these tapes. So, as always, I'm going to open them up off camera to save a little bit of time, but here's just the front. And then in case anyone wants to zoom in and screenshot, and I'm going to zoom in and screenshot so I can list everything for you in the description. But these are all the items we have. Let's see, we've got pre-cut petal pigment wide pet tape, pre-cut petal portrait, pre-cut summer cafe, pre-cut spring cafe. I wonder if they also have fall and winter, or if those will come out later, or what. Or if it's just going to be 2 seasons. Pre-cut Zephyr Bloom and pre-cut Clover Haze, okay? So I'm going to open these all up and keep them organized so we can take a look at this. All right, so here we are. Here is everything. So this one's starting with the pre-cut petal pigment. So we're going to take a look at this. These are all pre-cut. They've been doing that lately, which is an absolute must for me. I won't buy anything that's not pre-cut anymore. It just makes it so much easier. So it goes for quite a while and then repeats right here with this blue one. So that is a lot of different florals, and florals are one of the easiest to use with Dutch doors that aren't perfectly symmetrical, because all these petals are pretty easy to work together and get something close on the back side of the page if you're making a Dutch door. So love that. Okay, this one almost seems really similar. This one's the petal portrait. So we're starting with this nice kind of maroon type floral. So we're going to look out for that as we scroll through to see how far this goes. Oh, I like that one. Okay, and then it goes to here. So quite some space. This one is just so pretty. It's like kind of a rainbow pastel effect in there. That's really cool. Okay. Anyways, those are 2 of the petal tapes. I don't know if there's more, but these are 2 of them. Then we've got, this one's the summer cafe. This one's the spring one because bunnies. So we've got cats. We've got shops and little coffees and books, all the things I love. Let's see, we've got a basket that I'm looking for the repeat right here. So it repeats right here. So that's quite a few designs before the loop goes again. You usually get like 4 or 5 loops on one of these big tapes like this. Okay, then this one's the spring cafe. So instead of cats, we've got bunnies and a nice pastel kind of cafe feel. This is very cute, and it repeats here with the bunny in a cup. So fun. Okay, next up is the Zephyr one. So we've got lots of florals, butterflies, dragonflies, branches. Very cool theme. We've got some things that are great for boxes. They are pre-cut around it, so when you put it down, it won't be slippery on the inside if you're using it as a box to like write within, which is great. And where does this even repeat? I feel like we went past it all. Let's see, we're looking for the blue dragonfly. Ah, right here. So quite a bit of stuff. All right, and then this one is the Clover Haze one. And we've got bunnies and all these florals and other little things like hats and outfits. And the bunny in the hat. Oh my gosh. This is cute, and it repeats right here. Very fun, does it? Maybe it doesn't repeat yet because I just saw a bunny in a hat. No, it does repeat. It's not a bunny in a hat. It was layered over a hat. I thought it was a bunny and laying on a hat. Okay, no, it does repeat there. Okay, I need to think about what we're going to do. Are we going to do an art journal or a creative journal page? Let me think on that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, we are going to start playing with it as if it were a creative journal. But I'm taking an idea that I saw from the Washi Tape Shop, actually, to create a kind of different journal spread than I've done before. It is going to have Dutch doors. It's going to be very decorative. Some of the pages are not going to be functional at all, but there would be space for writing in it as well. We do need a block. It can either be fully square or have these rounded corners like this. And we are going to do some things. Now, we're not going to do this first page because I never do that, just because of how they have to glue this page to that page. It just always sits weird. So I start Dutch doors here. So let's just make sure we're zoomed the right way. Okay, so Washi Tape Shop did this. Full credit where credit is due, right? And then we are just going to go with it. Do I want this one, or this might be that's a better size. Okay. And then are we just going to be crazy and go straight to pen? Yeah, we're going to be crazy and go straight to pen, you guys. This is just a fine liner pen. You could use anything, but you are going to, okay, let's practice for a minute. Let's see, piece of paper. Here's a piece of paper. I'm just going to see how it goes around the corner. That's beautiful. Okay, so we are going to make some little squares and try to line them up. So maybe I'll turn it this way so I can see where the line is. I'm going to try to line them up so they're like touching each other, but not going over each other. And I will have to lift the pen a few times to like reset where I am. So this is not gonna be perfect, but that's okay. Part of it is the experience, right? See that? Whoops. But we are just going for it and having fun. Doing something new, making our Dutch doors with shapes rather than the stickers. I think we will do a Dutch door in the middle, though, with some of the floral stickers. I think that would be really cool. But this is going to be a Dutch door out of shapes. Okay. This is really interesting. This is fun. Okay, doing something new. So I'm getting my gyro cut. Now, since this is slightly thinner paper, we'll see how much pressure I need to cut things out. Probably not a lot of pressure. And you'll see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build some scenes. We're gonna pull it all together with whatever's on the left. And we're gonna have some fun with this. So you don't need to make Dutch doors out of stickers. You could do circles, you could do hearts, you could do squares, whatever shapes you want to draw, you could turn into a Dutch door and then fit the stickers to the boxes. Cool idea, I think. Okay, so now, before we move on, I'm not going to put any images into the circles or squares yet. We're just going to go ahead and use some of the tapes. But first, okay, since we're going into spring, I want to use the spring tape. And I think out of these, this one will match really nicely with the spring tape. So we'll pair those together. And then with these, I want to go for more, since there's purple in this tape, we'll go for purple. And then like the more pastels, not the brights, not like the deep purple. So we're going to go through these stickers to specifically look for the ones that kind of go with the tape. Why don't we lay some of these out so I can see what's up while I pick my flowers. So we're just going to go like that so I can see things. We're going to go for it, and we're going to put Dutch doors of flowers behind it. So we're changing it up from what the Washi Tape Shop did, though we're definitely inspired by them for this spread. Okay, there is some yellow in both of these, so we will grab a yellow flower, I think, but I'm going to go with the lighter flower, not the one that's a little more mustard. And we're just trying to like follow the line of this. Not the bright red one, not the light green one either. That's not quite the right color color one. Let's see. Well, we do need another purple. The purples are a little bit dark, but we do have some purple in those other things. So we're just going to go for it. Okay. You know, I'm okay with this one. I'm not really thinking about how these flowers are like being laid out. I'm just laying them down. Okay, this one, I think we could use a bit of the purple. And just go right here. Now there's a little bit of a gap of the flower, but that's okay. All right, so that is going to be our flower layer. This is going to be such a fun Dutch door, you guys. It's a little bit different, like not going based on the flowers, but going based on shapes that you're creating. So we're going to have 2 layers, 2 pages with the shapes, because I think that'll just look fun. I was trying to go really light with the gyro cut, and I just went a little bit too light because I got a little bit of that fluff left over. go. All right. So let's just pick some flowers to go with it. I'll try the matching flower, but none of them are symmetrical, so they may not work perfectly. That one's close enough, though. I'm okay with that. You can see it doesn't line up 100%, but, you know, that's okay. This one's really easy. It's almost symmetrical. Same with the yellow flower. Now this one's not quite as symmetrical, so we'll have to play with that. A lot of times, especially if the flowers have leaves, you can trim the flower, do what I call sticker surgery, and just make it work by trimming a leaf, putting a leaf somewhere else, and so on. Actually, this works okay. There's a little bit of a gap there, but it's all right. It still looks really cute. No one's gonna know. Okay. Oops, that one I put down a little bit sideways. Like the sticker itself went sideways after I started putting it down, which gave it a bump. And then same thing I tell my kids when we're doing puzzles, spin it till it fits and find the best option. Trying to put it as close to the edge as possible, and it keeps not doing it quite right. All right, so here we are with our flower layer. It'll look like a lot more once we get some stickers down here, but also if you're trying something like this, do you need to put decorations in every single box? No, you can use some of it as writing space if you want to. Should we do that? Maybe we should do that. We'll think about that. Oh my gosh. Why did I put that like so far over from the edge? Okay, so now we're gonna do another layer like this, but we are gonna start it here so that they're not in the exact same place. That I want them to be offset from each other. Now, where did my pen go? There it is. Everything always hides when we get a lot of supplies. Okay. I am learning on this stencil what to do. Still not perfect, but I'm not going to get that big lump like I did. We are learning and we are trying new things. And that'll work right there. Okay. So we're just going to pull this one up to here so that it is even with it. That's going to get cut off, that little mistake I just had. And again, as I always say, honestly, mistakes make it more real, make it, I just put pen over here. See, mistakes, they make it more your own actual spread. And it's part of the process. Creativity isn't just about putting together a perfect planner spread, a perfect journal spread, a perfect art journal page. Part of it is the process, the creative outlet, the mental escape of sitting and creating something and doing something just for you. And that's what this is right now. Something just for me, and I'm sharing it with all of you. But I tend to be a perfectionist in a lot of things. And this is one space where I take a step back and I say, hey, it's okay to create something, and it's okay if it doesn't turn out exactly like I pictured, or if the line isn't exactly straight, because I'm doing this as a creative outlet and I'm learning something and I'm having fun, and it's okay. So that's how I kind of get away from all my little mistakes and stuff, especially when I try something new, like stenciling shapes to make the Dutch door spread. And I always leave the mistakes in because I want to show you guys that even if I come up with some really awesome things, sometimes with end results, like the process itself is messy. I have mistakes. I don't do things perfectly. Lines go over lines. We're all human. And then when I make mistakes or do something in a way as I'm just trying to figure something out, I get lots of comments from people, and maybe people who have done more scrapbooking or more art journaling or have some bit of knowledge, and they tell me, hey, you could do this. And then it's like, cool, I didn't know that. So if you guys have knowledge you want to share, always let us know in the comments. Okay, that's looking so cool. We're going to do another layer of flowers. Is it going to be the last one though? Because we could just have it kind of go like this and have it be the last one. I think it should be. But let's take this one this time because we haven't used this one. And again, look for not the maroon, not the dark purple, but the more pastel things. Starting with this kind of, it's a rainbow pastel. It is so cute. And I'm going to put it right here. We're going to trim along the edge at the end. I think this pink will work. That purple and this maroon won't. This pink is a little deeper than some of the other stuff, but I really like it. Okay. Now this rose will be perfect. And I'm just trying to make it come this way, and then we'll like fill in everything. Yeah, let's get this light blue. We're going to go with the yellow, the lighter yellow. And then this light pink. And we don't have to worry about any of these with Dutch doors because we're not going to turn these ones into a Dutch door. Let's do the light purple. Oh, this one's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna take this little bit because I want to try to save as many stickers as possible. And this one will fit perfectly like right down here. And we can layer over them a little bit, like these two are layered over. These have a white base to them, so while they may not be completely like solid, it's better than the plastic stickers in your planner. Like in sticker books, even my sticker books, because those don't typically have the white base layer. So you can see we're covering up a lot of the blue there if we do that. So I'm actually going to do it like that. Sticker book stickers typically don't have that white base layer, whereas PET tapes or PET tapes do. I like to have a little bit of both just because they're great in different scenarios. I'm going to kind of layer all this in together. Do I want the more peach one? There isn't a lot of peach on the page, so I'm going to go more for pink. Here's this like very light pink or white one. I'm just going to grab it and grab this pink one. We need to get like a little bit there, like one more. So what color don't we have a lot of? We could do another yellow. Yeah, let's do another yellow. Okay. So let's trim this all up, and then we can use the cafe and stuff to create these other Dutch doors. And then we have to figure out what goes on the front. And I've saved what stickers I could to use up throughout the spread. So all of these little trimmings I'm not bothering about saving. I do like to save stickers when I can, but these little bits we won't today. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Okay, so before anything else, to make it all match, I'm going to kind of line this up because you can see the ghosting a little bit, especially when I put it flat like this. So we are going to outline these just so that when we do this side of the page, it makes sense. What I'm going to try not to do is get the ink on the next page because we've already cut these. So I'm going to do my best. And these aren't going to line up exactly perfectly. Again, just like with stickers, backside isn't going to work out as perfectly as the front side. Because if I'm hand drawing it, I'm not perfect. On iPad, I can manipulate things a lot more to make things super perfect. Drawing by hand is harder, especially when stenciling in ink. You can't erase things. You can't back up and try again. Okay. So we're going to make little scenes in these. And this concept you can use with any sticker, any pet tape, anything you have. You could even doodle it. All you need are shapes and stickers. Whatever theme you want. Seasonal, floral, ocean or beach or coffee or plants. Like literally sky's the limit on what you could include inside these. I feel like I'm doing better at this one. Again, practice. I'm doing better at this backside than I was at the first backside, except right there I ran out of space. So I'm gonna have to pick up the stencil and just very lightly sketch that. Okay. And this technically is a acrylic stamp block if you're looking for something like that, but you could use a credit card, you could use a gift card, you could use a square piece of packaging, like a cardboard something or other. You could use a cup to make circles, or a bottle cap, or a washi thing. You could make a stencil out of almost anything. Okay, we've got the backs of these going. Okay, let's just start. I think we'll do every other one with cafe just so we can kind of break things up. That sounds good. And some of these are going to be really easy because they've got such big images. So watch this. What we're going to do is lay this down. And it has that white base, so it's not, it's like opaque, right? Like you can see the lines through it. So we are going to trim all the way around the line we drew and then peel up everything that's outside of it. And then we have a cute little shop scene inside this. Now I don't think I got it perfect right down here. Yeah, some of that came up, but that's okay. Again, learning process. It's the experience. And if I missed a tiny piece, that's okay. Got a little corner down there. That's all right. It's still very cute. Okay, we're gonna put another little spring thing right here, and you can always layer things together, but look, this house fits like perfectly. So we're just gonna do that. Some of them we might layer with things, but this is an easy way to fill things. So cute. Okay. And I thought about it, but we've had enough on this video already. I thought about putting some distress ink behind like something like this house so you have like a sky behind it. But I didn't really want to make a stencil to cover over so I don't distress the other areas. So we're getting there. Okay, I am going to we're gonna do this side next. I wanna use the big stickers where I can. That looks very cute. Actually, I'm gonna move it over a tiny bit. I'm gonna line up that little bit right there. Oh, and then it covers over everything really nicely. Okay, we're gonna trim that in a second. I'm just gonna lay down all our pieces first. Okay. We have a lot of these cafe fronts. So I think I'm gonna use up a bunch of them right now. Let's put this one here. And the spring cafe on the back side of the other one. We're gonna do all the trimming in a minute. Let's put it here. And I think in this one, let's just get like a bunch of layered, like stationery spring stuff. Because we've got a bunch of these little pieces and we can just make a little scene with it. So I'm just gonna take things on my finger. And these are all kind of like from top down, so I'm not gonna choose one of the pots or cups that are like sideways because I want it to all follow the same viewpoint. This might be enough. Okay, let's just see what we've got. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. And that one in like that. Leave a few little gaps just because I don't know how much we need. Fix that sticker. Okay, can we get a little something right there? Something top down. We've got that garden. We've got this piece of paper. Let's just put this little piece of paper in the corner and we'll trim. Oh, but we can trim around the coffee cup before I forget. Because the coffee cup would be on top of the paper. There we go. Okay. Again, we're going to trim all that in a minute. We are getting the rest of our little scenes done. We've got two scenes left with this stuff, and then we'll fix those up and then move on to the next. Now, this is very cute and can be like hanging vines at the top of one of the scenes. Come on. We're gonna do it here. Okay, tiny something here. What should we do? Another bunny. Another bunny. So again, do this with any stickers you have. These are some great stickers to do it with. But this is a great way to be like, I want to make Dutch doors, but I don't have symmetrical stickers. I'm going to make shapes and then I'm going to fill them. So super fun. One little spot left to fill. Easy idea. This one says spring, and it's going to take up like half the box. And we're just going to put a bunch of flowers with it. Okay. So many little potted plants. Can I lift the stickers though? Apparently not. You can also use tweezers. I don't like tweezers. I've never gotten good at them. Some kind of sensory thing too. I use them on tiny dot stickers. But if you like tweezers and are good at them, that does make it easier. Okay, let's trim all this before we move on to the next one. Oh my gosh, so cute. So some of this we can trim with scissors. The stuff that's like right along here, probably quicker to use with scissors. Keeping all the scraps, just trying not to have them be found days later on the other side of the page or later in the day, like on my outfit. Okay. We will get the parts that I have to like use my gyro cut for in a second. Just getting all this stuff first. Make sure you're following the Washi Tape Shop too. They have, especially on Instagram or TikTok, because they do a lot of cool art journal pages, which like I took this concept from them to make this page. And you can use a lot of it in your creative journaling too. So just be on the lookout because they've got some really cool stuff. Okay, so that one's trimmed, that one's trimmed. We're gonna look one by one. This one needs a trim right there. Okay, this one needs a lot of trimming. There we go. So do these ones. That was not a straight line. That's okay. Again, I'm never completely looking perfection. Do I love it when something looks really, really good? Yes. But I'm trying to get away from needing things to be absolutely perfect. So that one's a little wiggly, and I'm gonna say that's okay. Okay, now since this is kind of creative journal spread, now how about we have a couple of these have lines instead of stickers in them. So we'll need to pick out a mild liner color to make our lines in just a minute. Something pastel. Okay. Okay, that one started ripping there, so I am going to redraw the lines that were lost. That one didn't seem to cut right there, so let's fix that. Okay, we have our pen where? There it is. Okay, so We can redraw a few lines if needed. There we go. Okay. That looks so fun, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, pen color, pen color. What about, we have some purple and we have some blue. So this one's kind of like a purple blue. What about that? And we can do like one set of lines per side. So I'm just gonna freehand them. If you want them a little straighter, use a ruler alongside it. But I like the way that looks. Okay, we're gonna do that there. We're gonna do it here. Okay, the way these are shaped, I'm gonna add one more little line. Okay. I wanna start it up here. I don't want to smear it as I'm doing it, so that's why I turned it around a few times to figure that out. All right, now we've got this fun little one too, with other style of bunnies and things. So I just really think these florals are so cute. But of course we have to put this bunny in here, and I know exactly what I want to do, which is break our rule. It's okay to break the rules and go outside the box, literally. This bunny is not going to get trimmed from going over the edge and over onto this page. He is just going to sit like that, and that's okay. And that is a change in our rule of what we've been doing. We've been trimming everything into the boxes, and sometimes it's good to break those things that you've set for it to like really pop or do something cool. Okay, can I pick this piece up? Okay. Had to double check that we were still filming, because on occasion, once in a while, I have filmed an entire video or like half a video and then checked and it was not filming. So suddenly I was in a panic, like, oh my gosh, are we filming? It has been known to happen. So we're going to leave these like this and leave that. That's great. Okay, down here we have a tiny little corner to do. And what if and put this one like here? I love all these tiny little like leaves and stems and things. Can I put it down the right way though? Okay, there we go. And trim that. Okay. That's looking really nice. Okay. We have a tiny thing here. What are we gonna do? I think just put some little leaves. And we can use up some more of these by just going like that. Okay, and that one I will let just hang over, that's fine. Okay, and this one we do need a bunny. So we're gonna put a little bunny right here. Get these florals right there. This basket is so cute. Do we have space for that? Not quite. Maybe we'll put the basket on this page. I really like that. Oh my God, look at these bunnies. We also need to use these bunnies on the first page, but this page we need to finish. So we're gonna do the same thing here where we like do some of it, then cut it, then get the other side to use up as much of the sticker as possible and just fill this little space. Then the question is, what are we using? Oh my gosh, we never even finished that one. Guys, I know someone told me. I know someone was telling me that it wasn't done. Okay. We've got this. Right now, our schools are on midwinter break, and I want to know if you guys have a midwinter break, because I know not everywhere has that. The reason we have a midwinter break is that our schools go until mid to late June, and so having just spring break between January and June is a long session. Now, do these guys fit here? Nope. Okay. So we have a little midwinter break, and then a spring break a couple months later. So we've been in busy mode with that break going on. Okay, this is one where I'm gonna let everything hang over just to see the full outfits. Okay. And there are all our Dutch doors. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna add some more lines. We're gonna get something kind of over here and draw some other lines to bring more of that blue around. So I know I wanna use this, and I know I wanna use this basket. Do I want to use these together, like have them layered? Sure, that'll work. And I'm going to lay them right here. Sorry, little bunny, your one paw is going to get cut off this time. Okay, and then this flower at the very front of the tape has been calling to me. I love it, like the back of the flower, not the front of the flower. And we're gonna have it up here. And I think that's it on this page, besides flying gyro cuts, don't get hurt, besides drawing some lines. So instead of drawing lines like this, I'm gonna outline the page for this one. I'm gonna go down like that. Go across like this and go right here. And then the question. This is kind of part of this. I don't think I draw a line right here. I think I let this be the other side of the border. Yes, I have convinced myself. Now I'm going to use a new pen that I've been trying. It's an Energel liquid gel ink, and it is a 0.3. I love my 0.5. That is what I use. But I've been using this 0.3 pen for little detailed doodles and when I'm drawing lines on pages and things. So instead of using tapes, if you don't have any tapes, or if you want more of that hand-drawn look, you can use a highlighter or a marker and then a thin-tipped black pen and create your own boxes and outlines. And it's a fun little different thing to do. Okay, this, since we did lines, we're just going to do more lines, I think, across all of this. So this one is simply going to have lines like that because this is one side of it and this is one side of it. So it doesn't need much. Okay. Let's just do it all the way. So we bring them all the way to each of these pieces and outline it. Now you could outline it in a lot of ways. Sometimes I do squiggles through the middle. Sometimes, oh, that was not a straight line. We're just going to ignore that. Sometimes I do squiggles with hearts. Sometimes I dot it. A lot of different things. So the reason I'm not whiting that out is I think this might be a little bit off-white. Let's just find out. I can scrape it off if I need to. But I could. No, that works fine. It's not too much off-white. Okay. It's a fine white for paper. And white out. If I can get it. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's as good as I got. Okay. And then this one, because we did it all the way across, we're going to do it one more time. Just to keep things even. A little cohesive. Okay. Oh, that looks so cool. You could add a few boxes in if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I don't think this one really needs it. We have a lot going on those Dutch doors. So I think it's got enough happening. That one was not straight at all. We're accepting it. We're accepting it, you guys. It is what it is. Oh, if it's that big of a difference and you don't want to white it out, you can always just color it in a little more. Okay, and here we go. This is the finished result with the new Washi Tape Shop PET tapes and one of the Washi Tape Shop's journals. This is so fun. I love how this came out. All right, thanks everyone for watching. Remember, everything is listed in the description down below, but if you have any questions, always post them and I'll try to answer as best I can. All right, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you all next time. Bye.